Hey everybody, Tom Bullington here, Keller Williams Premier Realty and BuySouthMetro.com. 'Tis the season for open houses. Now, there are not as many homes on the market right now, but it seems to be recently there has been a spate of a gaggle of open houses out there on the market that I was just actually hosting one this afternoon down in Lakeville, actually on foliage. And we had an open house, and a number of folks came through. And so I wanted to just update you guys on some tips for looking at an open house. If you're out and about looking around for open house signs, maybe some tips that would help you maximize your time and your time spent looking at homes. Number one, if you're in the neighborhood and you don't plan to move, but the house next door or across the street or down the block is for sale, and you want to take a look, that's great. That's absolutely fine. We get that a lot where neighbors come in. We call them looky-loos. They have no intention of buying the house, but they just want to see what their neighbor's house looks like inside. That's perfectly fine. That's okay. That's fine. But one thing to keep in mind is that obviously there are other people there to look at the home as a possible purchase. So if you can go and I guess just kind of take the loop around the house, try to gauge if there's not many people there. If there's not many people there and you just kind of want to take a look quickly inside the house, that is always appreciated by the agents. So we're not spending a whole lot of time on someone who has absolutely no intention of purchasing the home, especially if they live in the neighborhood or the very next door. You're not going to buy the house. So to try to keep in mind that there are actual people that are looking at the home that need our attention as realtors. So just number one, just a helpful hint. So if you're driving by or if you're walking by and there's not a whole lot of people there during the open house, that's probably the best time to stop by. Toward the end of the open house is also a good time if you're not going to be there longer than the actual time of the open house. So typically open houses are from like a 12 to 2, 11 to 1, or sometimes like a 12 to 3, early in the afternoon, typically on weekends. Sometimes we will do open houses, especially in the warmer weather or when it's a little bit late, if it's light at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, we'll have open houses sometimes in the evenings, sometimes weeknights, sometimes Thursdays or Fridays work, and typically that would be like an after work time frame, like a 6 to 8 or a 5 to 7 time frame. But if you are seriously about looking at homes in an open home scenario, here's some tips. Number one, I think try to preview what's available on open houses prior to leaving your house. And so try to get a list or print some things off the web of what's available as an open house for like a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. Try to look at, again, prepare for what you're looking for. If you want new construction and you want to go the model homes, they have a little bit more flexible schedule and they're there a few more hours a day than an existing single family residential. So that's number one. Number two, when you come to the open house, try to make sure that you take your shoes off when you come in the door. Especially this time of year, it tends to be a little bit sloppy out there. The agent will greet you at the door sometimes, and hopefully they do give you some information, and hopefully they will back out of your way and let you go and explore and look at the home. If you have any questions, what I always try to do is I say, I'm not going to stalk you. I'm not going to follow you around the house. But if you have any questions, please feel free to shout, ask me a question. And then also just take a good look at all of the bedrooms, the bathrooms, obviously the basement. Will this garage, the size of the garage, work for your cars? Do you have any ATVs or boats or other items that might go into the garage? Get a good idea of your furniture and where your furniture would fit if it's in the living room. And if it's not big enough for you, ask the agent, say, I really like this area. Are there any other homes that are available either in an open house scenario or that we have as listings? I'll also tell people that, we'll put them on an MLS search. If they're not already working with another agent, we can put them on an MLS search and hopefully they can locate another home that would work for them. It's not necessarily the one that's open at the time, but it's also something that we can keep them in mind if anything does become available on the market. The MLS search, like I've mentioned before here, it's about 1 or 2 days prior to something showing up on Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia. We get them as agents on the MLS. So you will get that information at the same time agents get them. So it gives you a step up on the competition on other possible buyers. So those are just some tips and tricks as far as open houses. If you have other questions about looking at open houses or just your home search or how to sell and the effectiveness of an open house, please feel free to give me a call, 651-402-6356. My website's buysouthmetro.com. Again, it's Tom Bullington, Keller Williams. I'm in the Apple Valley office, 651-402-6356. Hope you're staying warm out there and have a great night. Thanks.